and read this out. So, sorry in advance. I'm not going to show you the guy's email or anything. I'm just going to read it. Sorry in advance. This is too much info. Just hyped to have something to submit. Never wanted to submit something before, so because I can usually openly admit that I could have done better. Long-time watcher, subbed a couple of days ago or before, but then stopped playing the game. Resubbed the day I returned. Would be amazing to get some advice. So, obviously, since I'm silver, I'm not going to bullshit you and say I'm some godly player. I know there's a lot that I need to work on, but in most of my matches, I find this sort of thing tends to happen. I've just been placed, went 6-4 in placements, and then went on a losing streak due to teammates not being able to hold their own while I split push or not putting in pressure on the map. On the enemies, so they just follow me around the map and stop pushing. This match is a perfect example of what I mean. I won lane pretty early, but just couldn't get the tower down because Cho'Gath started playing pretty carefully. I had an early death when I dove him and forgot I didn't have my ult. Total scrub mistake. By the time I was able to start shoving my entire team, except Evelyn, had fed like buffet. Evelyn went AFK, and my team just couldn't do shit. All they did was make stupid cell plays and die, so I kept having to go defend. Eventually, there's nothing I could do. Would love to know if you think this is winnable through solo play. What I'm potentially trying to get help with, this is all great that he sends so much info. I appreciate this. What I would potentially like some help with is my timings. Am I making glaringly obvious mistakes in lane that would have helped me? My team, was there something that I could have done? Mid-fed, bot-fed, Evelyn's getting big ganking, but never acted on that. My build, being Tryndamere Master. Oh, this is another Tryndamere game. Being the Tryndamere Master, I watch you a lot, take a lot of practical knowledge. Would you have taken a different build order? Another Tryndamere game. I'm going to pick this game just because of how much effort this guy put into putting in his review. Utility Bread, I still got you tomorrow. Since we're doing so much Tryndamere, I'm sorry. But I understand why people are submitting Tryndamere stuff because I did do the Tryndamere Masters thing. Sorry for the wall of text. Didn't know how much you wanted me to say. Be as brutal as you want, blah, blah, blah. Got it. All right. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Alright, this is another Tryndamere game. This is my fault. I've created this. This Tryndamere spam. I would love to see this. Fed like a buffet. Alright! Another Tryndamere game. Oh, let me fix my... I didn't know that Tryndamere was coming again. Alright, I'm sorry. I'll try to post them at least a few days apart. I've created the Tryndamere monster because I played so much Tryndamere this season. Alright.
You're raiding the rift.
So,
30 seconds till minions spawn.
Mystère.
Minions have spawned.
Let's see what you could have done better. Cho'Gath pushes to you.
Took the coward's way out.
You got the first blood. I'd be a little scared trading that heavy in minions, but it worked out. I'm gonna be nitpicky for a second here. I know the last guy challenged Darius right away at level 3, level 2. You have your spin up, go right in. Spin right in. He can't kill you here. There's too many minions. Spin right on his head. Spin right in there. Get yourself in there. Don't wait until he runs so far away either. He doesn't have rupture. You should know that he doesn't have rupture. So spin in right away. Let me show you. You missed a lot of opportunity. So your timing on 4, since you've got the first blood. No ganks are coming right now, not at this timing window. So as soon as you spike 4, spin forward. He can't do shit about it. Spin in front of him and whack him all the way back to turret. You missed some damage there, in my opinion. Alright. So you're going down the ward. I like the timing of the ward. That's good. Tanking a turret shot. Be careful with that. That's damage you can use to pressure. Or health you can use to pressure. Also, Cho'Gath does really well when he can tank through you. So, I don't think this guy's going to catch up too easily, but burning a lot of his mana reserves. If the spin was on CD, it didn't look that way on my screen, so that was the only reason I said CD. This is good. Good trades, good trades. I have no problem with this so far. I like that you're keeping pressure top. Let's back this up. If you dodge, I'm sure you might know, you might not. If you dodge that rupture, it's a kill. Right here. If you dodge this rupture, you can kill him here. Had to dodge that though. That's the rupture you have to dodge to get the kill. This guy's really squishy for some reason. I think he's AP. Yeah, he's like all AP, barely any armor. Yeah, there. If you dodge that rupture, you kill him. Spin in here. Spin in here. Don't wait. Don't wait. Spin in. Spin in. Spin in. Spin in. Spin in. See how long? So you wasted that. That's a kill. He can't kill you. You have your ult. Spin into that. He gives you that. If he gives you that spin, take it. You survived the gank. Really good. You have your ult. Okay. If he's playing passive like this, great. Take the turret then. Force him to blow spells on you, then you can dive him. This is your first mistake, my friend. I know that, I know what you're saying. He's playing very safe and you don't want to be reckless, and I got you. I understand that. What you're doing instead, and this is something, this is kind of advanced, but this is a really good point to show, okay? What you need to be doing is you need to threaten this turret, and you need to start getting him to blow cooldowns on you. You need to start threatening the dive. That's going to pull Sejuani up top to you even more. But right now, you've basically surrendered that, oh, I can't do anything to this guy, so I'm just going to go away. I don't like that quite as much, because I do think this guy is still, I do think that you can get this guy to burn through his mana pool, and I do think that you can pull Sejuani up to the top lane and keep harassing this guy and keep the pressure up. I don't think that, I don't think that you should have given up on the harass right away, because I don't think that Cho'Gath is very threatening, ever. Like, just walk up to the turret and harass, like, hit the turret. Make him choose. Make him choose to fucking Q you or farm. This is farm that you can deny this guy, and I want you actively denying this farm. And let me demonstrate. Well, I can't demonstrate, but I can show what I'm talking about. Right here is a perfect example. Fake it. Fake the pressure. Watch. Step forward. Right here. Look at this. Look, you're just giving it. What are you afraid of? He just queued in front of you. And if he wants to queue you, he can't just burst you down for free. So pressure. Step in front of him. Act like you're going to whack him. Maybe, you know, hit him once, spin away. Fake that. Fake that aggression. It's controlled instability. You're basically saying to the guy, and you're telling this jungler, you're saying, I'm really crazy. I could dive you at any time. And that's what you're trying to communicate to this guy and to the jungler. You want to be constantly threatening, like, I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna dive. And you will if you get the guy low enough to pull it. But in theory, though, what you're really trying to do is you're trying to threaten it so that this jungler wants to come up and help. And then those times that you auto-spin away, you'll see the jungler show up, and then you'll be able to pull that aggro. And maybe do like a 2v1 outplay type of scenario. Maybe Evelyn comes up and cleans it up. Who knows? But I want you threatening more and denying CS. Every time you fake that you're going to aggress this guy... If you're going to... Is this you, Haruz? Okay, cool. If you're gonna aggress this guy, yeah, yeah, don't worry about the if they pull 3 top. People rarely go top anyways. People rarely roam top anyways. Like, and you have vision, and fuck it. Like, I just don't. I mean, Ari's shit is pretty much dodgeable anyways. Her charms are dodgeable, and you'll have vision of her before she gets there anyways. I'm not too scared of that. I'm saying that. I think you should just be faking and poking and prodding a little bit more. I see that you elect to go back and farm Romp, it looks like. But I think this is a matchup where I like to just be in the guy's grill all day. I see you finally getting some harass off. And that's great. But hit that turret too. You see how all this time he's just getting able to free farm? Hit that turret and open this line up. Open all this space up here so that you can start proxying into this golems and then threaten red later. You'll see me do that a lot. If people just play passive versus me, I'll just start whacking their turret and make them miss CS. Okay? I agree. He is, I mean, he's competent enough to where he's not just going to feed you mindlessly. But what you want to do is you want to threaten that you're stupid. You want to be like, I'm so stupid and reckless. I'm going to dive at any time. Perfect example here. Let's see. Sejuani's here. I would shove this right now. I would shove this and go back here and take this and then check red and see if it spawns anytime soon. Then come back into lane. Sejuani's bottom, so Cho'Gath can't hurt you.
Red team double kill.
Again, no turret wax. Letting him just use his cooldowns to farm and not have to think about maybe using them on you. Letting him get all that free farm.
Rampage.
Here, if you're worried about mid feeding and all that shit, start opening up the aggression. Think of it as you know, stable play. All right, I can't really go and dive this guy. I gotta start pulling people up here and hope maybe my guys can farm and get back into the game and do something. Because yeah, obviously the Fed Ari, who isn't even, apparently, she doesn't have to use her ult. Oh, no, she used her ult to get the kill. But you need to start trying to pull people up towards you and making these fights more like 2v3, 2v3 stomps, hopefully. You're hoping that Sejuani is never around. And you're hoping that she spends ult, she comes up here, spends ult on you, and maybe you get away. That's what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to achieve. And now Cho'Gath is big enough to where I think he can start clearing very, very fast. I think that your window of time where you could have pressured the turret and pressured the dive has sort of extinguished itself. The other thing that I want to point out is your build. I don't think you need Cutlass. I always go Hydra versus Cho'Gath. I'll just say that right away. I go Hydra versus Cho'Gath because he's not mobile enough to where you need the move speed reduction and all that shit. And you're basically running into what I run into a lot with tanks. This is what I'm talking about with like hitting the tower, pushing, cutting the wave. I actually don't have to. I did this strategy with the Hydra like all the way through like Platinum and Diamond. And then I noticed as I got a higher elo, I wasn't given an opportunity to cut the wave quite as much. But this is a game where, since you have like such a tanky, boring top, you could have rushed Hydra and then just got behind the wave and probably stayed in their jungle pretty much all game and just kept coming out to farm up here. The reason I say it is because, like, if Cho'Gath ever steps outside of his turret, you're going to be able to kill him. And if you're fighting Sejuani in here, you're going to be able to kill him. Yeah, Ahri can roam and potentially pick you off, but that's a risk you want to take at this stage because your team's feeding so hard. And you need to be trying to get those levels any way possible. So basically, cut the wave, get this, you know, get this if you can, steal a red if you can. Then once you've got like 2 levels of a lead, then you start looking to 1v2s and shit like that. But in an ideal world, this turret should be dead too, I think. If it's not dead, it's really fucking close.
The red team has slain the dragon. Unstoppable. Blue team's turret has
So
been destroyed.
You get his flash. This is good. Again, whack the turret here. Whack the turret so you can proxy. Faster you get the turrets down versus mobile tanks, the better it is for you, because your I see you're trying to like burn his XP, but the difference between you and I is when I do that, it's normally when I'm in their side of the map, like taking their jungle camps. I don't think you're at that stage, and I think it's more because you have Blade of the Rune King, and it's making it a little bit harder for you to get back there fast enough. Because with Hydra, I think you could just go back here, clear it, come into the jungle, clear it, and then be sitting in this brush somewhere, maybe with a ward right here so you can plan your escapes or whatever, or maybe even your 2v1s. I don't think that Blade of the Rune King offers very much versus... It sounds so stupid, right? Because Blade of the Rune King is specifically designed to counter tanks. However, Blade of the Rune King really doesn't work in practice because you don't get to clear the waves fast enough, and the tanks will never expose themselves to a point of where you can actually shred them. So it's much better to just say, push the turret, fuck you, I walk by you, in your face, smack your minions, pull your jungle up here, and then dance around you guys and walk away and make you waste XP. Like I said, man, this is advanced. Like, I already know where this game is going right now based off your description and just my understanding. You can't dive this guy, so I hope you don't follow that. Now you're finally, at 14 minutes in, you started finally taking the golems. Which, like I said, I think with Hydra, you would have been doing that way faster and pulling Sejuani up a lot quicker. Here, Cho'Gath doesn't have flash, so... Yeah, dodge that. Dive. 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 Ult. Or you didn't have ult? Was it cooldown? It was on cooldown. Okay, well then, this still was a dive. Because Evelyn was here, it still was a dive. However, you already knew you fucked this up. You said it in the email. I want to watch this again. That's the fail dive. This is fine, actually. But you can't get hit by the rupture for that reason. So, might have been smoother to just kind of drop, like, I'll show you. You were fine to dive there, actually. And even without ult, you're fine to dive. Because Cho'Gath doesn't have flash, and you dodged the first rupture, that's good. You can still go. Just, right, I'll show you where you should have dropped back a little bit. Because you don't have your ult, and this guy can blow you up, right about here is where you should start looking to pull back away. And I know it glitched out a little bit, but you get my point. Because you could sit right on the edge, like you can drop back, give Evelyn a chance to dive. If she doesn't go in and dive, the Cho'Gath, you simply just walk away. And then you keep farming and heal up again. The dive itself wasn't bad, it was more of a mechanical misplay. It's a thin dive, but I think in this game, with how ahead the Ahri is, I think the dive is advised. I think I would probably just go for it and be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's gamble. Yeah, the funky moonwalk. Keeping alive there would have bought you a lot of XP. Because you would have shoved to the turret, got the turret, got this. You knew that you fucked the dive up, though, so I'm not going to harp on that too hard.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Didn't need a flash, I don't think. I think you just flashed for it. Didn't need a flash. This guy's checkmated. He has no chance. So you chicken him. He's kiting you. There's no threat. There's no threat of him getting away. There's no, there's just absolutely no way he escapes there. So, yeah. Don't burn your flash there. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's easy to be a hindsight hero and go, oh, you should have kept your flash after, like, a team fight or whatever. But I think in that spot, I think I could safely say that I wouldn't have burned flash there, like, ever. Just because I see Leona there, I see his mana, I see my health bar, I'm, like, still 50, 55%. If I thought that there was a chance that I might die, then, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to flash, but...
Blue team double kill.
It's like he's jerking it, dude. Alright, so here's a nice one. Oh no. He's coming. Good, you hit the turret. Nice, dude. Nice. Evelyn suicided. Whatever. Oh, wow, you got away because of that. If you're looking to be split pushing, which is what I think is right here, don't harass him here. You're not gonna just, yeah, you're not diving him. Go farm. Go push.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Threaten that turret all day. You're wanting people to back that shouldn't and all that stuff, so. You bought a lot of wards, just upgrade the warding totem. It's better long term, I think. Okay.
Red team double kill.
He's always there to defend. The only other option, okay, aside from pushing these, this is what you can do. This is like, now your team is sucking ass, right? And they're just dying, and there's not much you can do about that. But you can, if they ever, and I don't think they did this game. Well, let's back it up and see, actually. So you push here. If you think that Cho'Gath's just going to play passive, which, you know, to his credit is the correct thing to do. If you think he's just going to play passive, you can flank. I do those sometimes. I don't think it's that good because once they die, like here, I'm pretty sure they get owned here. Nari's just too big. Yeah, they get wiped there. Nothing you can do. You go back to defend. You're looking for a flank, I think, which is pretty good. This is pretty good.
The red team has slain the
I don't mind
dragon.
this. I would wait. Wait. Just sit right here. Sit. Like, in this spot, sit. I don't know if they have vision, but they clearly don't. Because they're not reacting to you, right? Sit here for a second. Don't go in here quite yet. I don't know how this goes, but I have a feeling you don't get both. I would bet you get one. That's why you should sit for a second. So here, don't spin. Taunt. There's one. Do you get both? You get both. Well, that's good. That's really good. The reason I said don't spin, just to make it cleaner, because they played it bad. It's great that you got the double kill, but they played it really bad. They're basically suiciding for an objective. This is one of those spots where don't be results oriented per se. Think about, assume that this guy is double lift and this is faker, dude. And then it'll make your kills a lot cleaner. So what I would say to you is, first, wait a second for 2 reasons. One, this turret won't fall anytime soon, okay? This turret won't fall anytime soon. You have time. You could sit here for a second. You can sit just outside of vision, just for a second. Let the minions tick down for a second. See if, like, Leona throws a brain and gets home guard. Oh my god, she doesn't have boots. GG. Then, once you are here, this is great that you open with the chickens. You slow them first. But you don't want to spin because she's not going anywhere yet. So it'll make the kill a lot cleaner. Now watch. See, now you could have spun, and that's time that you could have done extra damage, and potentially even spun over the taunt. You see what I'm saying? Just think about little shit like that. Like I said, it's great that you get the double kill. I'm just trying to get you to think more about what's happening as it's going to happen. But yeah, your Leona's a noob. I'm right there with you. So you go sprint back up the top. You're like, shit, gotta carry. You're farming, 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 farming. Okay, let's back this up. Nine seconds on your ult. I guess your ult's on cooldown. Okay, this is a point where it's great that you're aggressing, but you need to be prepared to leave a little quicker because you don't have your ult. In fact, since you don't have your ult, I would say as soon as you see him, back away. Every time you die, alright? Is Evelyn AFK? No, not yet. Or, no, the Leona is maybe. I don't know. Here, I would say as soon as you see the Sejuani, you need to back away. Because watch what happens when they kill you. I want you to notice. This is the key thing with Tryndamere. Every time you die, the map, if you're ahead, and you are ahead, you are the leader right now in this game. Like, you are winning in this room right now. Every time you die, you open up the map. And you make their choices so easy. Yeah, but... And if you did have your ult, that's good too. Basically, what I'm getting at is you need to survive. Every time you die, lower elo players can't put games away. Even though they have a 9k gold lead, 10k gold lead, look where they're standing right now. Okay? The longer you keep pulling them around the map, then you pull them up here. If you get away, then you can just back and go bottom. And start pushing that way. But basically, every time you die, the entire map opens up. So... every death, if you can avoid it in these stages, this is where you make the most money. And I'm not just talking out of my ass being a hindsight hero here. This is the truth. Like, every late game on those 4v5s that I've won, it's because I refuse to die, and I play that way when it comes down to, like, I see people trying to engage on me. I pretty much refuse at all costs to die when I know my team's behind. Because that gives, there's a chance. It might, you might be right. This game might not have been winnable, even if you went Hydra and went back behind and did all this shit. But here's what could have happened. Ari might have not been able to focus so much time on mid. Swain might have opened up more time to you might have opened up more time for him to farm if you're hanging around here, pulling people around this side of the map, and then potentially escaping. The deaths here, every time, like I said, every time you die, you open up objectives. So let's see what these guys do with your death. Ari now knows. Well, shit, I ain't got to worry about Tryndamere right now. Caitlyn literally beelines for the inhibitor, right? Straight line for the inhibitor. This keeps Ari in play. Ari wouldn't be here right now if she didn't know Caitlyn and Alistar are coming up. Ari stays in play. Your team gets wiped by the Caitlyn, and your team has to back. But yeah, I mean, you have the AFK, the newbie dude.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I just think before you write this one off to a shitty team, fuck you. Optimize the build path a little bit and optimize to this point a little bit better. You have and I often say, like, the Hydra is the way to go. And for the guys that are watching, it is the way to go when you're facing tanks that want to turtle and tank. Candidates to this are passive Nasus, passive Malphite, passive Cho'Gath. All of those all of those are the times where you want to look for the Hydra rush. And like I said, Haru, you know, you could be completely the right. Like, this game, you know, you could have done everything right and lost. I've lost games, I think, in, like, on the unranked to masters. I think I lost like a game or two in, like, gold platinum range, here or there. I say a game or two, but it's probably more than one or two. It's probably like 5 or 6. Some games are unwinnable, even if your strategy and your approach is pretty solid. I think that the mechanical misplay in the dive isn't necessarily what it isn't as big of a deal as, like, if you get Hydra and you shove the turret and get back here, I think you open up the map in a big way, and there's a chance that I don't know if the jungler ever interferes down here with any of Evelyn's shit, but I feel like Sejuani does have moments where she can come down safely because Cho'Gath's just kind of, he's just he's basically canceling you out. It's one of the most annoying things for the playstyle that you're trying to achieve. You're trying to do my playstyle, which, cool. But this is the hardest thing to deal with, or the most advanced concept for people learning this playstyle to deal with, is if some guy just cancels me out in the lane, like, how am I supposed to extend the lead? And basically, it just comes down to getting back here, and then trying to get trying to get some vision here, maybe here, and then, you know, just playing it by feel. You see, you know, if you see Ari and Sejuani roam up, you know, maybe come down here, spin away, and then walk down. Or if you could spin into Baron Pit, do that. But as long as you can keep them harassing you and keep them missing XP, and you keep gaining XP, there's a chance that off of levels and items and just your presence, there's a chance that the noobs grow brain, and then, you know, you might be able to win it anyways. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think you're getting there. I think you're getting closer to that play style, and then, dude, once you master, start throwing Hydra into these types of lanes. A lot of people will do this. You'll see guys just say, I can't hang with this guy, and they'll just rush Thornmails, they'll rush, you know, tank items, whatever, and then they'll just turtle out, and that's cool. That's when you just say, I'm gonna farm everything you own and win the game that way. All right, man. I hope that helps. If you want, like, a week or so from now, you hit me up and message me and tell me how your climb's been going, because I do think you have the basics down of this playstyle. And I think once you master that those little nuances, because, you know, your flank, like, you did a little flank and everything. I don't know your ultra late game stuff yet, because we don't really see that in this particular gameplay. You know, if we ever get to those spots where you're like, man, should I have pushed here? Should I have backed? But this game, you don't really get into that point where you're like, should I take an inhib? Should I trade for inhib? All that shit. That's later down the line. But I hope this helps you guys on YouTube. This was LoL Replay Review with, I hope I say your name right, Mistari. I'm going with one or the other. Fuck it. Very, very good. Good replay to go over and good concepts to cover. Some games are going to be unwinnable. Yes, this pretty high chance that this might have been an unwinnable game. I don't want to say 100% certainty, because I don't think the style was nailed quite yet. And it does really shape the way that the games play out if you get back there. So not quite sure. Good chance it wasn't. But yeah, you guys on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe and send your replays to LoL replayReview@gmail.com. All right, that's it for me. Peace, crackers.